Hello, 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 and welcome back to another episode of the Summer Spotlight. I have been in Corona mode all day with all of the new updates and stuff coming in Arizona. So forgive my little faux pas there. But it is the Summer Spotlight. This is your host, Gayle Nicholson, and I'm so very happy to see all of you out there again today. Would you please, if you don't mind, make a comment so we know that you're there? Drop some likes, drop some hearts. That makes me feel so good. And if you get a chance to and you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe. And if you're on my website, please make sure that you're one of our fans that opens up the email options for notifying you when we go live. So I want to introduce to you today a lady who is on a very exciting path in her life. And she has a brand new program that she's taking pre-bookings for right now that is going to be absolutely phenomenal when it hits in a few weeks. So I want you all to get an early look at what she's got to offer. So please help me welcome Miss Sarah-Kate McConnell. She is a life coach at sarahkatelifecoach.com. And she's pretty new to the coaching space. Probably been, I'll let her tell you a little bit more about that. But thank you for being here today, Sarah. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me. It's so
That's
nice to be here.
so wonderful to have you. Um, okay, so tell me a little bit about your background. How did you actually get into life coaching?
I have my degree in social care.
Mm-hmm.
So I worked a lot with special needs, and it was when I was working as a key worker with um, individuals with special needs, both in residential and day service settings.
Mm-hmm.
I got the privilege to work one-on-one with clients, and I really got to ask them questions, find out what they really wanted to do, and figure out what their dreams were and help them towards achieving them. And I really, really loved that work. It was so exciting as seeing them realize that, oh, this is what I'd like to do, and I can do this, and this is how I'm going to get there. And it was so amazing. But the social care work side of things, just didn't work with my lifestyle. I'm a single mom, my daughter's nearly 5, and I just needed something that was a little bit more flexible around her schedule. And I started researching. I'm pretty sure I Googled something like a job where you help people make their dreams come true and different things like that. And I came across life coaching. I hadn't realized it was a thing, and I started studying it, and then I did my certificate and then my diploma, and I just love it. I love that you're asking the questions, and it's all coming from the coachee. Everything's inside of them. It's just asking them the right questions, and it's just so exciting. I love the work.
Isn't it amazing watching people get those light bulb moments and go, oh, that is possible. I could do that. Oh my God. It really is in the coaching space watching that they literally light up. It's so amazing. Well, that kind of it begs the question too, because you are doing your niche is law of attraction for moms. Now, it seems maybe it's not. Maybe over outside of America, it's a different mindset. But over here, a degree in social work is not necessarily, mishable with law of attraction. One is, sociology and the other is magic, right? So how do you blend those two disciplines, so to speak, to help moms in their lives?
What I was doing is it's a little bit different from social work. It's social care. So I
Okay.
was working very much with clients. So my 4-year degree there was so much personal development and communication. And then I also did a 1-year postgrad in play therapy. And I've been studying law of attraction now for 10 years, just self-study, and I've been to events, and I've seen how it's changed my life. I've seen how it's changed so many people's lives, and it's just incredible. And working with moms, I have helped so many moms in my own life personally and through work, and I relate so much. I know what it's like to be a mom. I've worked with moms who, after becoming a mom, they kind of lose their sense of self, and I've been there. It's such a new role, and it can take over quite quickly, and just finding yourself again and getting back to what you want in life, and being okay with doing things for yourself and not feeling that mom guilt. And yeah, I love working with moms, and yeah, law of attraction, it just makes everything possible when you can consciously use it in your life.
I like that. Well, I don't like the concept of it, but I like that you acknowledged mom guilt. You know, I am 52 years old. Some might say semi-retired because I don't do a day job, and I do work at my own speed. My kids are 26 and 31. I still get mom guilt. I still get those moments where I'm doing the show like right now, and maybe later on in the day, my daughter will come by and she'll be like, well, I was going to stop by while I was out and about, but you're doing your show, and I want to give you your space. And the mom guilt hits, and it's the stupidest thing to be guilty about, right? I'm over here doing something that lights me up and contributes to the world and all this kind of stuff. And just the thought that there was a moment that my daughter needed me or wanted my presence around, and I couldn't be there, Yeah. And that is like this much compared to what a lot of moms are dealing with these days, with two-parent working households and trying to be involved as mother, sister, friend, all of that. So awesome stuff that you're helping moms in that niche trying to find, a way to escape that mom guilt. And maybe escape's not the right word, but
breakthrough.
Resolve
breakthrough
it. Yeah. Exactly. So give me an idea of the structure of this program that's coming up. Do you do one-on-one? Do you do coaching calls? How is this structured?
So my signature program is 12 weeks one-to-one coaching. So the next round of that is going to be starting in September, which will be the perfect time when kids might be going back to school. Things might be getting a little bit more normalized. Fingers crossed.
And, what is that? What is normal anymore? Yeah, go ahead.
So, so during the 12 weeks, this includes 7 live coaching sessions, one-on-one with me, and that will be via video call. Then every second week, then there's a bi-weekly email. So that will be a personalized email all about our last session and extra resources that will help you with what you're doing that week. And there might be podcasts and recorded affirmations. I'm going to be doing lots of other different things. So there'll be a lot of things personalized in the bi-weekly emails. And then the coachee also has unlimited email access whenever they need to talk. Awesome. And also there's going to be, they're going to have access to my private Facebook group, which is for moms who have been through my coaching program and that are in my coaching program. So it's a community where you're with moms who are working using the law of attraction, making their dreams come true. So it's a great place to be able to connect with like-minded individuals and just have that extra additional support. So it's very exciting. I'm very excited to see who comes on board in September.
That is awesome. I love that idea. Now, I'm curious though. Why did you choose to not do the weekly one-on-one group video sessions weekly? Why is it not weekly?
So I've done my 12-week coaching program a few times with other individuals, and I've done it in different ways, trying to see what the right way is. And mums are quite busy. Having a weekly coaching call, and at the end of each coaching call, through what the coachee has been talking about, we have an action plan to go off. So the goal is to complete that action plan before our next call. And having that 1 week to do that, and something might come up, or it's just not a lot of time. Whereas I found that with the people I coached 12 weeks and having the email in between, it was a lot more beneficial for them. They were able to implement everything, and then they had that extra email for motivation and support in between, and they could email back as much as they wanted. And I found that was way more successful. And also now, because I'm doing the 7 one-to-one coaching calls instead of 12, so the first coaching call will be your first session, and then the 7th will be exactly 12 weeks after your first session. But it means that I was able to reduce my prices, because the time that I can spend on emails, I'm quite a quick typer and stuff, is a bit less than I'd spend on a coaching call, because I do quite a bit of prep before and after, before the coaching call, and then after the coaching call, I will do all my notes and everything like that. So the emails take up less time, so I was able to reduce my prices as well, as I know, and it works better. It really does.
That's awesome. That's a really, really awesome. Now, where can people find out more information about you, like testimonials, that kind of stuff? Where can they do their due diligence and their research to make sure that you are the one to talk to?
Yes. So on my main Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Sarah-Kate Mac, SARHKATEMC. I do a lot of things on my main profile. I do a live video every week on the law of attraction and the power of language, or the power of self-love, whatever it may be that week. And I talk about my program on that. I also have my Facebook coaching page, which is Sarah-Kate Life Coaching. And then I have my website, sarahkatelifecoach.com. And on this, you'll find testimonials. I'm in the process of recording video testimonials, so they'll be coming in the next couple of weeks, where you can get a much clearer idea of my relationship with my clients and really see how the coaching went for them. And am I forgetting anything? Oh, Instagram as well. Sarah-Kate Life Coach.
Awesome. Well, all of that as well will be in the description for this video once it's posted. So I do encourage you all to go and check out testimonials, just the vibe, because that's, I think, the most important thing when it comes to selecting a life coach, is finding somebody that you can see has gone a little further on the path than you have yourself in whatever area that you're looking to improve, and find somebody that fits with being able to guide you down that path. I've had situations in the past where I've worked with communities of coaches, and it's very uncomfortable when you get into a situation when you're being coached by somebody that just rubs you the wrong way, because it's hard to take the coaching from somebody that you want to just go, you don't know what the hell you're talking. You know what I'm saying? So it's really important.
100%.
For the viewers, do your due diligence. Find somebody that you can mesh with, that you can have fun with, and that you can trust to help you see what's not working without being punitive or guilting and shaming, and helping you get past that. And Sarah-Kate's one of those people that seems to have this really great vibe that creates space for you to go, you know what, I'm having a day. What do I need to know to help shift this out of the way? You know? So I really, really encourage you to reach out and research Sarah-Kate and see if she's a good fit for you, because I love the idea of her program. Now, tell me a little bit more about the types of things that you've been doing since this coronavirus quarantine and the world in pandemic and all of this other kind of stuff, that keeps you sane where you're at?
Well, so I have my daughter 24/7, and then I was very privileged because it's just me and my daughter, and we have a great big house. We're very lucky and a big garden. So I was very privileged that when the schools closed, myself and a friend's family, we stayed connected. The two parents were working full time at home, so I was minding their girls in the afternoon. Now this week I've ended up two more girls, so I have four girls now. I'm childminding in the afternoons, which is great company for my daughter. I'm also working on opening a Sudbury school, a democratic school, for children between the age of 5 and young adults up to the age of 18. I've been working on that since September 2018, and we're set to open for September 2021. But during the whole coronavirus, I ended up getting 5 more people on my team to help with this school. So things have been moving along so much with that. So I've just been very lucky to be kept very busy. I'm doing an intensive business course as well. And I'm just so lucky that I've had so much going on for myself that I haven't really had time to deal with much outside of this. So yeah, keeping
That's
busy.
awesome. Tell me a little bit about this democratic school. And before talking to you, I'd never heard that phrase before. And I know remind me again where you're located right now, because I know you recently moved.
Yeah, so I'm from Dublin, but I'm now living in East Clare in Ireland.
Okay. So in Ireland, there's this thing called a democratic school. What does that mean?
So a democratic school is where children can choose what they learn. They have freedom in their days to choose how they go about it, what they want to learn, how they want to spend their time. Maybe they want to play outside. They have freedom of movement. They also have an equal voice in the school. So a 5-year-old student, an 18-year-old student, and a staff member all have an equal vote in the running of the school. And there's the school meeting every week where the students and staff meet, and they can change the rules. They can figure out what's working for the school community, what's not. It's very, very democratic. It's very
Awesome.
much run by the students, and it's beautiful. There's Sudbury schools all over the world, and it's a beautiful model. So I'm really looking forward to getting one in East Clare.
That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal. How many students would a school like that? I can't imagine that you would be able to manage something like that with 1,000 students. Do you have to keep them fairly small?
So I think the Sudbury Valley School in Massachusetts was the first one to ever open. And they kind of paved the way for Sudbury schools in the world. And I'm not 100% sure, I'm going to say the wrong figure, but I know they have over 100 students, but I think it's between 100 and 150. And I have a feeling that's the biggest school, but again, I might be wrong.
Well,
So
and
yeah,
again,
they're small
across
enough.
10 grades or 12 grades, 100 students
Yes.
isn't all that much, really.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a lovely community.
I
Yeah.
love that idea. Good luck with everything that needs to unfold for that to happen. That sounds really, really exciting. Um,
Thank you.
so, let me ask you this. In the course of developing your life coaching program for moms, this 12-week course, what did you find was the number one complaint that moms have about their life? And I mean, I know what I would guess the number one is, but I want to know from you what you experienced in talking to moms.
So I'd say the number one thing that comes up is time.
Interesting. Interesting. And how so?
Just not having enough time for what they want to do. They don't have enough time for being with the kids. They don't have enough time for work. They don't have enough time for themselves. So I've done a lot of work with work-life balance. That comes up a lot. And I love this stuff coming up because when people ask me what I do and I tell them what I do, it's kind of a long list. And they're like, how. And it's time, I think, is just something that can be so powerful when you look at it in a different way and you utilize what you have and you start talking about it differently. You'll start seeing that you actually have a little bit more of it than you may have realized. Yeah, I think time has definitely been the big one that's been coming up. Yeah.
Excellent. I used to joke that no one has ever found an extra hour laying on the sidewalk, right? You never find time. Never find time. You create space in time.
Exactly.
And there's space for you to do the things that are important to you, and there's space for you to say no to things that don't fuel you, and all of that. So yeah, that's a really, I wouldn't have guessed time though.
Oh really?
No, I wouldn't have. I would have guessed like exhaustion. Right?
Yeah.
Because I think one of the things that is the first to go away for moms is self-care and filling the cup.
Yeah.
Right? And then we're just running around going, just give me a Starbucks IV, please, because I can't. I just can't, So interesting that time is, And that makes sense as well. Don't get me wrong, but I was, it wasn't my first guess.
Self-care comes up hugely. I do a lot of work with that because like with all that I'm doing and as a full-time single mom, I used to not have any of that in my life, and I realized how important it was. And for my coaches, I love enhancing their self-love and their self-care in their lives, and it's amazing to see the results when they do just some small changes and the effects that it can have.
That's awesome. Yeah, I to be honest, I could use a pedicure right now, and I'm just thinking like afterwards I'll be yay. It's funny how these little teeny tiny things mean so much, in our lives. There were the first couple of months of the quarantine when we couldn't go anywhere or do anything. I couldn't get my nails done. And it's not like I'm a big, high maintenance kind of, whatever, but there's a sense of there's a mental impact when you're not doing the things for yourself that you do to honor yourself, right?
Yes. Oh, so, 100%.
Yeah. So looking at my hands for a couple of months, it was just a constant reminder of, girl, you need to take care of you,
Yes.
Awesome. So what else can you tell us about the program coming up? What are the most important highlights that people will get out of it? And specifically, how do you want them to reach out to you to sign up for this program?
So the program is going to be starting the next round in September. So people can sign up for it now. But as you were saying earlier about sometimes coaches are right for you, I'm very much in agreement with that. I've worked with quite a few coaches and some were definitely not for me. I came out of those sessions not feeling good. And I'm very much into connection, and I feel that you need to be able to connect with somebody before you can work with them. So I've been asked a couple of times, why don't I have a sign-up booking form on my website? And that's why. So what you can do is you can book a call with me. So I have a Calendly link on my website, and I also have one in the comments on my Facebook post from today. And if you go into that Calendly link and there isn't a time that suits you, you can message me or email me, and I will make some times around your schedule. I just have those times right now based on my schedule, but I can be flexible, so you can just let me know about that. And I'm taking bookings now, and my post today was I reward action takers, because I'm big into, you say you're going to do something, do it.
Right.
So I am doing a crazy 25% off early bird offer right now, which is insane. Also, my prices are, because I've dropped them now since I'm doing only the 7 one-to-one coaching sessions be a video in it. I've dropped it quite a bit, and my prices will be going up quite a bit now in the January round. So, and now with the 25% off, it's crazy. The price difference, it's like less than half the price of the one in January now. So yeah, book now, get that value. Yes.
Yeah. No, and I want to back up what you said about the Calendly link, because I run across that in my line of work too. Because like, you're in Ireland, I'm in the southwest of the United States. I've had guests that are in New Zealand. I've had guests that are in Australia, and my Calendly is set up for a normal work day in the southwest in America. 9 to 5 p.m. Well, that doesn't work for Australia to find a time on that calendar. So if you are distant, please do reach out to whoever it is that you're trying to schedule with, whether it's Sarah-Kate or something else going on in the world, and reach out and say, hey, look, our time zones, we need to get this together outside of your normal offerings. Don't ever be afraid to do that, because Sarah-Kate, me, we'd be more than happy to accommodate you. Right? And any other coach should as well. So,
yeah, definitely.
Don't ever let that get in the way. Find a way.
Yes.
Awesome. All right. Well, I really, really appreciate you being here with me today. And I wanted to ask you if you have any final words for our audience before we head off into this. Well, here in America, it's a huge patriotic weekend this weekend, July 4th.
Oh, yes. Well, believe in yourself, and there's nothing you can't do. And for anyone that the coaching mightn't be for them right now, they might not be at a period of their life where they can get coaching right now, I do have a free Facebook group supporting moms through the law of attraction. So feel free to join that, and it's a lovely community in there, and it's very positive and uplifting, and yeah, feel free to join that. And have a great 4th of July.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And thanks again for being here, Sarah-Kate. You have a great weekend. Take care.
You too. Bye now.
When you open yourself up to actual energy work, makes that recovery progress so much faster. That recovery is possible. You do not have to live as a victim until your last days. You have unbelievable strength, and I know that because you're still here. Do you want to create something completely unrecognizable with your life? I can show you how.